maybe it's time to put in some effort, put in some investment of your time and energy and resources to start to architect your mindset by architecting your frame. Because if you architect your mindset, you architect your reality. I am Jason Drees. Welcome to the Do the Impossible podcast. Don't forget to go to MondayMindsetReset.com to join me every week for a free 20-minute mindset alignment call. Let me set your mindset up for success every week. Go to MondayMindsetReset.com. So have you noticed that we are in a time of upgrade, a time of change? Some people can see destruction. Some people can see things falling apart. We are at a very interesting time in history. Life is also different now. Aren't you noticing that personal growth is no longer optional? It's not. Personal growth is no longer optional. It's no longer like it was 10, 20 years ago, depending how old you are, that you could just put that personal growth in the closet and ignore it. Now it's right in your face. So what's actually happening and what I'm seeing as a coach is I'm seeing a lot of people dealing with a lot of processing, right? This is the upgrade time. It's almost like we got clean up aisle 3 every single day. Are you having memories or old thoughts or patterns come up over and over again? Are you having thoughts of like this thought about financial scarcity and you're not in financial scarcity, or this doubt about yourself or communications or confrontations? Like, are you having those come up consistently? Because you probably are. And what that means is you are on the path of a higher growth frequency where you are elevating, you are growing. The only thing that you can do to stop that progress is resist the growth and resist the integration and the presence that happens with that. All you have to do is kind of be present with it because it's always coming up. Now you can avoid the work or you can be present with the work. Now the work can be tiring, can be exhausting. It can be frustrating to be working hard and feeling financial scarcity all the time. It's like, why am I feeling financial scarcity? An interesting thing about financial scarcity is financial scarcity isn't a bad thing. Financial scarcity is basically the indicator of the presence of an elevated financial frequency. What does that mean? What that means is like, for example, if you are in overwhelm, it's possible for you to be out of overwhelm. If you are in anger, it's possible for you to not be in anger. Overwhelm is a lower frequency than not in overwhelm. Anger is a lower frequency than not in anger. Financial scarcity is a lower frequency than being in not financial scarcity. So we are growing, you are expanding, but our minds stick to these old patterns. Your potential and opportunities are growing and expanding every single day that you're alive. But if you're not expanding your mindset or doing exercises or tools or working with a coach to help expand your mindset, you're basically putting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger engines on your car, better tires, better brakes, and not upgrading your ability to drive that car because your mindset is the operating system that runs your life. And your mindset is controlled by the frequency of you, which you do have control over because we now have access to the frame level of frequency control, which I only discovered a few years ago. What does this all mean? This means when you take ownership of your life and learn how to interpret the emotional feelings and thoughts you're getting, you can architect your transformation to a higher version of you in a shorter period of time, faster and faster than ever before. 10 years ago, we couldn't access change at the frame level, so we had to do it at the mindset level, which required a lot of work and repetition and hard work to consistently create a new mental pattern in a mindset that is out of alignment. Now that we operate at the frame level, you can shift instantly. And that's why learning how to operate at the frame level is so powerful. It's what I talk about all the time. I've been operating at the frame level for a couple years now, as well as teaching my clients how to do it. And those of us who are doing that are radically transforming our life. What is your frame? Your frame is the frequency of you. Think about it like this. Your hands take action. Your mind controls your hands. What controls your mind? You do. You control your mind. What usually happens, though, is that most people are living their life with their mind controlling controlling you, meaning their mind is having a reaction to what they don't want in life, and that is spreading to your frame and affecting that. Because basically, frame, when you take ownership of it, will create your mindset, which will create your reality, because frame is the vibrational frequency of you. And the vibrational frequency of you determines which version of reality you're going to experience, because you are operating in an interactive playground that we are learning to operate in at a higher level than ever before. One of the biggest steps in learning how to operate this way is getting out of reaction. Getting out of reaction is challenging. Reaction to being angry, being frustrated, being overwhelmed, feeling financially scarce. Like, those are all things we have reactions to, because the way we've been living our life up until now is we wake up, we look at our life, we have a reaction, and then we take action. So we're constantly starting our action from a place of reaction. Now we don't have to do that anymore, because we can start our action from a place of alignment. What that looks like is wake up, look at your life, have a reaction. Oh my God, I'm having a reaction. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. Process that reaction, move into alignment with what I want. While I may be having a reaction to the situation, I am going to process that reaction by just pausing for a minute, align with, wait, no, I am going to create success, because I'm not going to stop until I do. I'm in alignment now, and I'm going to take action. Because when you start in alignment, your results will come a lot faster. Exponentially faster. So when you start to learn how to get out of reaction, you can start to live a life of creation. Because aren't you starting to notice that, like, some people around you are just radically exploding and changing and just creating greater success and results in shorter time? You have the ability to do that too. The limiting factor in all of this is you. You are the thing that's slowing it down. If you got out of the way, it would just start expanding. But what usually happens is when it starts to expand, our success starts to expand, we start to have these like fears. Oh my God, it expanded like this 10 years ago. And when it expanded like that, I lost my relationship. So I don't want it to do again. Because we're literally moving forward in life, and your brain is comparing every single moment you've lived prior to now to everything you do next. We need to open ourselves to be open to anything, so that when you are starting to play at a higher level and you start to see success roll in and an old pattern comes up, you got to be aware of that reaction, because otherwise you're going to repeat the same pattern of shutting down instead of holding the course and pushing through the reaction so you come out the other side at a higher level. Does that make sense? That's how you start to create reality changes. That's how you start to create amazing, massive, radical, transformational shifts in your life, is by creating the shift in you to align with the new growth success happening. What I've found is most of us are not open to that success. We have resistance. We I want it to show this way. And most of that resistance is subconscious. Most of that resistance we don't know about. So while you're working hard to create success in your new job, your new business, your new venture, your new side hustle, while you're working hard to create success in that, you're probably resisting it in some way. Because when you get out of resistance to it, then you get into flow. Flow is that natural state where stuff just happens. Flow is that state where magic flows through you and you can't do anything wrong. Flow is where you always know what to do and life shows up for you. If you're not feeling that flow, you're in resistance to that flow occurring. So to start creating that flow, you want to look at the steps of my Do the Impossible framework, right? Step 1, alignment with success. Step 2, alignment with time. Step 3, alignment with money. Step 4, alignment with yourself. Step 5, alignment with the process of life. Because how you process, how you handle change is a frame, it is a mindset. And as you start exposing yourself to new ideas, new concepts, new strategies, new mentors, new role models, if you're not immediately moving into alignment with the new education, new experience, new perspective that you want to, if you're not moving there, it's because your mindset is not capable of expanding that fast, because it's out of alignment, because it's dragging on old beliefs about how change occurs. So the way you actually start moving faster is you start removing your mindset's old limitations on how change occurs or what has to happen for change occurs or what you believe, right? So here's a simple question. Is change easy, fast, or slow? Does change work every single time? Is change immediate for you? Can change happen effortlessly in an instant? Or does it require consistent effort over time? Because whichever you believe about change is your belief based on your life experience, but it's not a fact. It's a fact of your past. It's not a fact of your future. So if you want to radically start changing your future right now and everything in it, change your belief about how life works and how you change life. Like, let go of those facts from the past, create some new facts going forward. That's something like, well, in the past, it used to take me a lot of energy to change, but now I'm going to change faster than ever before because I am in a mindset, I'm in a frame, I'm in a frequency where change happens. Does that make sense? Like, that is one of the most important frames to focus on. When people usually come to coaching and they start in coaching, they're usually focused on the frame of success. How do I align myself with success or align myself with money? But the frame of the process is literally the most important part. Because if you want to live in more flow, you need to start architecting your frame so that it happens. Now, we want to live in a mindset where flow occurs automatically. But the way to do that is to architect the frame, because the frame creates the mindset, which creates the action. And all of the stuff that's coming up for you right now, all of the frustrations, the judgments, the angers, the negative emotion, all of those things that your brain is telling you are your obstacles to success are actually the keys to breaking through it. So can you get a sense of what that would be like if you were creating change faster than ever before? Like, is that possible? Hasn't there been a time in your life when you changed like instantly and it was amazing and it was powerful and it was wonderful? Is there a time in your life when you changed that fast? Think about it. There probably is. What if your life moving forward was that fluid and you could change that fast? What if it worked that way? What would you have to do? What would you have to align with? Maybe it's time to put in some effort, put in some investment of your time and energy and resources to start to architect your mindset by architecting your frame. Because if you architect your mindset, you architect your reality. Until you take ownership of your mindset and architect it, you're literally operating by an outdated, socially conditioned mindset. Because your brain, your mindset, is created by your beliefs, your experiences, and your life experiences, everything you've lived prior to now. That creates your mindset, which creates your frame. Because most of us don't consciously choose our frame, so the frame becomes the byproduct of mindset. Maybe it's time to take ownership of your reality and change the frequency of life you operate in by shifting your mindset and shifting your frame. You can do that. Because if you're taking action and getting the same results over and over again, that means you're out of alignment and there's no amount of action that will ever work. The way you architect your reality is by architecting your frame. If you want to learn how to do that, find more of my content, read my Do the Impossible book called Do the Impossible. That will teach you how to do it. Or hire a coach or come join me in an event, because like there is a tool and these tools are evolving. So the closer you stay to me, the closer you'll be to the evolution of these powerful tools to transform your life. So we don't want to spend time architecting our reaction and managing our reaction, because most people are managing the reaction to their life. They're waking up and they're spending their time and energy managing their reaction. So it's time for you, not everybody who's listening to this. I'm talking to you specifically, that 5% who's actually going to take action and change right now. You may even just go to freeintrosession.com and book in a complimentary Do the Impossible goal setting session with my team to get started like today. You can do that today. Book you in. Learn how to architect your reality instead of spending your time managing the reaction to your reality. It's a much more amazing place to live. Maybe, just maybe, you start living in a place of flow and magic and wonder. Would you like to think that's possible? Would you like to believe that's possible? What if anything you believe is true? Now, you may doubt that, But would you like to believe that? Maybe that's a new conversation to have with yourself, a new destination to go, a new path to walk down. Maybe that would be a good idea. What do you think? Would that be a good idea? Probably would be. So I hope this was helpful. If you like what I'm talking about and you want more, go to freeintrosession.com and book in a complimentary Do the Impossible goal setting session. And my team will start to align you with your highest target you should be aimed at, because the first step is up to you. I can only show you the door. Don't let another day go by with I would have, should have, could have. Don't let a year go by until you follow up. Take action today. Go to freeintrosession.com. I'm Jason Drees with the Do the Impossible podcast. I hope this was helpful.